Otherwise, you're gonna look like a powdery mess. Hi beauties, so last week I ordered the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Powder from Sephora's website, and I know some of you guys wanted to see a powder only foundation routine, like a foundation powder only routine. Powder foundation only routine, so I figured this would be the perfect time to do that for you guys. So what you're looking at is a full cover beat with just a powder foundation right now. Yeah, it's always so scary trying to pick out foundation shades online, you guys. Like, I get so nervous because it could go like from tomato red to like Casper the Coast real quick, and I'm always like catching myself in those situations. But since I do know my shade in the liquid version of this foundation, I just went with the same shade and it ended up being a perfect match. So I was really happy about that. I wear the shade 5N2, which is Amber Honey. This is what the powder looks like. I know it looks really light. Powders always look really light in the pan, and once you apply them, girl, like they match. I don't know what is going on, but it always looks a lot lighter in here. If you have a powder foundation and it matches you in the pan, chances are it's probably too dark for you once it like really settles into your face, and once you use a setting spray, like it's probably too dark for you. So try to really play around and see if it works. Like if I put this into my skin, it really just blends right into my hand, like literally. You can't even see it. It blends right into my hand. So play around with the powder. It is a versatile powder to wear as a foundation or over foundation. I did wear it both ways. I will show you guys in my wear test. I wore it over foundation and on its own. It retails for $42 and there is 0.42 ounces of product in this compact. The coverage on here is described from sheer to full. So those are the foundation claims. Without further ado, just keep watching to see me apply it and stay till the end to see my wear test of the foundation. So the first thing we're gonna do is prime. I'm gonna use this Estee Lauder primer since we're going Estee Lauder today. And this one is mattifying, so it's gonna help control your oils and stuff like that a lot better. It's also gonna help keep the powder nice and flawless looking. If you don't use a primer with a powder, then you're just not gonna get the best application. I feel like you really do need a good primer when you use a powder foundation. So next we're gonna use concealer to conceal all those sleepless nights that I have, because I have many sleepless nights. This is my Too Faced concealer in Maple. My favorite. I feel like I need a new one. Oh my gosh, like I used all of this already. You don't have to conceal, but I find that it really just helps elevate the whole powder thing. And to blend that out, I'm using this new Booty blender. It's so cute. Like, this is the cutest beauty blender ever. Like, so cute. This is so fetch. I'm gonna blend this out. It actually feels really good too. Like, different beauty blenders do kind of work differently. I'm not 100% sure on like what the technical difference is in the sponges, but I know I prefer the black one and I really like the beige one. This one kind of reminds me of the beige one actually. And do I think you need a beauty blender? Honestly, like, I've tried many sponges and I love many other sponges, but honestly, the beauty blender is the best sponge. Like, I don't think there's another sponge out there that I would say is better than the beauty blender. Like, I like them in addition to the beauty blender, but I feel like it's the OG. Like, I love it, and I've never found a sponge that I feel like it's better than this. If you want to conceal your dark spots or any other imperfections that you want to do, then you definitely can go ahead and do that, but I typically just leave those alone and only highlight the center of my face with concealer. That was like a long sentence, but maybe because I'm sick it felt really long. I don't know. So now we are officially ready to powderize, and I'm gonna be using this type of brush. I love using medium-sized dense brushes to apply powder. It just gives you a more full cover effect. If you're not looking for a full cover, then I would use a bigger brush. So something just bigger and less dense is perfect if you want like a more light coverage. You can also use a standard powder brush for that type of coverage as well, but I want full cover, so I'm going in with a small dense brush. I love this brush and I really love the Real Techniques brush, but I have no idea where mine is. Like, I love that brush for powder. So I'm gonna just swirl in this powder here. This is actually an 5N2 Amber Honey. We're gonna do this side first. I'm just pushing the product into my skin. I know it looks really light, but trust me, it's my shade. Like, it ends up warming up to my skin. Also, I just went over the concealer with the powder. I didn't mean to do that. I would typically not do that, but you can if you want to. But sometimes I do go in with like a regular setting powder over the concealer just to keep it highlighted. But we could always go back and do that after, so don't worry about that. So we have a pretty good coverage over here. I would say this is like a strong medium coverage. On this side, I'm going to show you guys using a beauty blender. I'm using the black one because I used it earlier and it's damp. This one I just wet it. I feel like it's too wet. Like overnight beauty blender, like overnight oats, like overnight beauty blender. It's perfect for that. So I'm gonna go in here. If it's too wet also, it's gonna probably destroy your powder. So yeah, just try to have it be damp, you know, plan ahead, fail to plan to fail type of thing going on here. This is gonna give you even more of a full cover look with the sponge. You could also use a dry sponge, but I like it to be like slightly damp. I do have a little bit more coverage on this side with the beauty blender than I do on this side with the brush. Although it's a really dense brush, it's not going to give you as much coverage as a beauty blender. So if you want super full cover, overnight your beauty blender, it'll be perfect and you can get that effect. So my final step is to take a powder brush and go over everything with a little bit more powder. This is how I kind of just even everything out. So I just take a big powder brush into the powder and I just kind of buff it all over. And I go like in circles, like, whoa, Mac, did you just deposit a brush hair on my, the audacity. What in the $60 I paid for you? Okay, so we're just gonna and just bring her down. So my face is completely covered. I will go in with my Laura Mercier deep powder right under my eye because that's more of a setting powder. I like to set under my eye with this powder instead of the Estee Lauder face powder. Now we shall bronze. I'm going to use the Terracotta Guerlain bronzer in 09. This one, for some reason, you can only get it at like Neiman Marcus and Guerlain's website. I will link it from Guerlain's website, but I think it's the perfect shade if you were anywhere near my complexion. So I'm just gonna blend that in. Why am I using this half of a... I just felt like being very Urban Outfitters and using this little broken brush. I'm just gonna apply that. I'm gonna use some of this blush from Charlotte Tilbury, which I really love. For the climax. For highlight, I'm going to use Royal Hotness from Dose of Colors. I haven't used this in so long. It's definitely one of my favorites, you guys. Every time I use this highlight, I am so shook. Like, I love it so much. It's so pretty. I'm going to set my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 spray. And I'm going to finish off my makeup as well. setting your face is crucial when you use powder, otherwise you're gonna look like a powdery mess. While that settles into my skin, I'm gonna finish off my makeup and I'll be back to show you guys the whole look and that sort of thing. So it's been 7 hours. I feel like my nose is a little bit oily, but besides that, everything still looks really, really good. And I think the foundation is definitely mattifying, and it's great that it's a mattifying powder because it's gonna really work for you if you have oily skin like myself. I think it looked a lot better, like in terms of coverage and matte-ness over the foundation. It's not super matte in my opinion, where you're gonna feel like your face is cracking, but it's a really, really nice matte finish, like a nice match, you know what I mean? So yeah, I love the foundation so far. I might give you guys one more update, but I will go blot my face because my nose is a little shiny, and I'll see you guys later. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on the foundation with the powder. It's been 5 hours and it looks really, really amazing. It still looks perfect on my face. It's a little bit of shine on my nose, but not too much. And that's what I figured would happen. It just gives such a beautiful coverage with the foundation, the liquid together. It's beautiful. So it's been like a million hours. It's over 10 hours. Let's see what time it is. Oh my gosh, it's 12 hours of me wearing this foundation combo, powder combo. And it still looks really good on my face. It looks amazing. I have a cough, so my voice sounds kind of funny right now, but just ignore that. I am also eating Halo Top ice cream in the red velvet flavor. It's not my favorite. I love birthday cake and candy bar, but those were sold out, so I had to settle for red velvet. So thank you so much for watching this wear test foundation test out video. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.